Hi, I'm Samah Ibrahim, and welcome to Tales Station, where stories come alive and imagination has no limits. Have you ever heard of a goose with golden feathers? Well, in today's story, a young man finds one, and the moment he holds it, his life changes for the better. Let's find out what happens in the Golden Goose. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a boy called Simpleton. He was the youngest of 3 brothers. His older brothers were very strong, and they often thought of him as being weak. But Simpleton was kind, and he always liked to help others. One morning, their father sent the eldest to the forest to chop some wood, and their mother packed a cake and a bottle of juice for him. On his way, he met a little old man. Good day. Could you share some of your food? Asked the man. No, be off, snapped the eldest, and left the old man standing. When he began to chop the wood, his axe broke and hurt his arm. Ow! He cried and hurried home. The next day, the father asked the second brother to go to the forest and chop some wood. His mother packed him a cake and juice as well. On his way, he met the same old man who asked kindly for some food. If I gave you any, there would be nothing left for me. So, no, said the brother. Then he tried to chop some wood, but the axe slipped and landed on his foot, so he limped back home. The next day, Simpleton asked, Father, can you please let me try and chop some wood? At first, his father refused, but finally he agreed. Like the older brothers, Simpleton's mother prepared a basket with a cake and some juice, and she said, Please be careful. I don't want you to get hurt like your brothers. On the way, he met the same old man, and he asked the same thing from Simpleton. But this time, Simpleton was happy to help and said, Of course, I'll share with you my cake and juice. They sat down and ate together. The old man smiled and said, You were very kind, young man. You shared your food. That's why I will share a special secret with you. You see, there's an old tree in the forest. Cut it down, and you will find something magical at its roots. Simpleton found the tree and chopped it, and at the roots sat a goose with feathers of pure gold. He tucked the goose under his arm and went to an inn for the night. The innkeeper had 3 daughters. The moment Simpleton entered the inn, the 3 sisters saw the goose, and each one of them wanted a golden feather. So they waited for Simpleton to leave his room. First, the oldest sister tiptoed inside and thought, I'll pluck just 1 feather. No one will ever notice. But as soon as she touched the goose, her fingers were stuck on it and she couldn't move. Oh no, I'm stuck. I can't move my hand, she cried. A little later, the second sister crept in. She whispered, If you can't do it, I will. Then she reached out and she was stuck to her sister. Then the youngest sister marched in. Her sisters warned her, Keep away, don't touch it. But she said, Oh, it can't be that hard. And she touched the goose too. In a moment, she was stuck like her 2 sisters, and they stayed in the room the whole night. The next morning, Simpleton took the goose and walked away, not noticing the 3 girls walking behind him. On the road, a woman saw them. "Young ladies, shame on you! Don't chase a young man like that," she called. She tried to pull them back, but as soon as she touched them, she was stuck too. Then a man tried to help them, but he got stuck. Then a woman tried, and she was stuck as well. By the time Simpleton reached a nearby kingdom, a lot of people were walking behind him. Now, in that kingdom lived a princess who was always sad and never laughed. That very day, her father, the king, declared, "Whoever can make my daughter laugh shall marry her." People gathered in the king's court, each trying to cheer up the princess. Then Simpleton entered the court. When the princess saw him with the golden goose and all the people stuck together in a long line, she burst out laughing. She giggled. She had never laughed so hard in her life. And suddenly, the people who were stuck were set free. But the king thought, "This silly boy cannot marry my daughter so easily." So he gave Simpleton a task. "You must find a man who can drink all the juice in my cellar," said the king. Simpleton went to the forest again and found the old little man and asked him for help. He led the man to the king's castle. Then the king brought them down to the royal cellar, where huge barrels filled with juice. The man drank and drank and drank until at last every drop of juice was gone. When the king saw it, he could no longer refuse. Simpleton married the princess, and together they lived happily ever after with the Golden Goose. That's our story for today, friends. Thank you for listening. If you love this tale, share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new adventure. Tale Station is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. All the links are available in the description. And I'll see you next week.